do the same thing? No, we should have a shop. We should have a shop that carries a signboard, very well branded, have online presence and all of that. We shouldn't do things the same way our grandparents did, because our grandparents did not have our education. We have education. So we should improve on what they did. Okay, so I would like to hear the assignment was on go to Chat GPT, Chat, C-H-A-T, GPT, generative pre-trained transformer, and say business plan for if what you do is a hairdressing business. You say business plan for a hairdresser. If what you do is a superstore where you have a number of things that you sell, household items, you say business plan for this. If what you, whatever, if it is a school, business plan for this. So I want to ask, which one of you and how many of you attempted the assignment? You can unmute and answer. Hello? Hello? Did you hear what I said?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So what happened? Nobody attempted it. It's not difficult. Even as I'm saying,
assignment.
okay, you did yours. Please go ahead. Your name and just your name so that we know who is talking.
Rosemary.
Okay, please go ahead. Your business plan was on what?
Flight booking. Flight booking.
Flight
booking business.
Okay, okay, flight booking business. So I know it's going to be lengthy. I know because I've engaged it myself. So just tell us three key things that this Chat GPT, this machine, this app helped you that you were like, wow, how did it know so much? Just tell us three key things and then we'll move on. Thank you. Hello, we are waiting. Hello, Rosemary. Hello,
please, the
Rosemary.
question again.
Okay, my question was, tell us three key things that the Chat GPT helped you to do in the business plan for flight booking. Three things that it brought out. It may not be the details now, just the broad heading, so that we'll move on. Thank you.
Okay, so it brought out the executive summary, the business overview,
okay,
and the market research and analysis.
Okay.
Then it brought out the market strategy.
Wow. Wow. In how many minutes did he do all of this?
In seconds, not minutes.
In seconds. So this is what you pay somebody for. And the person will be doing what we say in pidgin English, yanga. It will tell you it's going to take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, eventually come and you pay heavily. This is what machine has helped you to do. Why have I done this? I'm telling you that there are certain things you don't need to go and meet people. You just put it there and it will do it for you. Yes, it may not be exactly what you're looking for, but it will give you a guide. It will show you something. And what you now do need to do is, hello? Okay, I think that was, it will show you things that all you need to do is just pick. Okay, I need this, I need this, I need this. Okay, who else did the assignment? Who else attempted it? I can see Elsie. I can see Bridget Bello. I can see Nana. I can see, who else attempted it? Hello? Can you all hear me? I can see Awavi. Who else attempted it? Those who were here on the first day. Because if you were here on the second day, most likely you didn't know. But those who were here on the first day, if you were on the first day, you were here on the first day. It's fine, so that we don't waste too much time. We'll move on. So I'm still telling you, going forward is something you can engage. Chat GPT, you want to do one or two things, you just go there. It will give you ideas. Like I said, it may not be what you are looking for exactly, but it will give you what you can work with, right? So let's move on to today's presentation proper. So we'll be talking about, we talked about day one, before and after you start your business. We talked about registering a business for those who have not registered and the things that you need to do up to when the business is started. Yesterday was about making the business reach global audience so that people will know you are here and how to retain customership or retain patronage, right? Today we'll be talking about other things. With time, you find that you've seen somebody who wants to be part of your business, right? But the person is saying, yes, I have funds to bring and I want to be a part of the business. How can we partner? How can I come on board? So all of these things happen. So we'll talk something about that. And right now we'll talk about keeping accurate business and accounting records. Very important. The first point is accounting records. Very key. If you don't have accounting records kept, I'm not saying you need to be an accountant. No, just have the records. Once you have the records at the end of the day, if you need to produce financial statement or an account of what has happened, you always get somebody that will help you do it, right? In fact, there are apps that will help you do it, right? Now, the thing is this, if you don't have records, what do you feed in? Nothing. You are just doing business. You don't know whether you are making profit or you are making loss. It's because you don't have records. Let's talk about poultry, for example. You buy 2-week-old birds. You buy 100 of them. You buy each of them at, say, 2,005. 2-week-old. Let's just assume that's what you paid. After 2 weeks, you go buy another set of 2-week-old, but this time you buy at 2,000 naira. You don't have records. Now, when you want to cost these things that you bought, these chicks, how do you cost them? You are thinking, what? But if you have records, accounting has made that simple. You now know what to do. Okay, you bought this batch at this, you bought this batch at this. Are you going to take an average for all of them? Or are you going to do, there are certain costing techniques that you do there. I don't want to go too detailed now because I don't want to lose my audience because this is a technical area. So if you don't have those records, you won't be able to do that, right? At the end of the year, for very many businesses, they're expected to produce audited account and pay tax and do all of that. You don't have records. What do you do? Because you don't have records, the tax man will do you what they call best of judgment. They will just assume that this is what you have done and say, go and pay it. So it's up to you to now defend it. But when you have records, you are going to pay what you should pay. You will not overpay. It's very important for you to have accounting records. Know whether the business is doing well or not doing well. You do your business at home. Where you do it is your personal house. So by the time you prepare your account, you forget that if you were not using your house, you would have paid rent to somebody, and that rent would have been part of the cost. But because you are in your house, what do? You forget about that part of the rent and all of that. That's not how to do it. Yes, you are supposed to factor in how much would have gone in for rent for that year. I know the money will eventually come to you, but you need to test it that if you are not doing this business in your house, will you be able to do it and make profits? You need to test that because it's not free. It's just that you have your house and you are doing it under it and you're not paying, right? So some of these things you need to do. Customer records. I do registrations, like I said. And because of the registrations I do, I see people's details like their date of birth. One of the things I do is not for all, because I also need to be careful. Not everybody will appreciate it. I know some people don't do birthdays, right, for religious reasons. And for those that I know who do, I send a birthday message. How do you think that person will feel? Imagine you do a registration under me. I deliver the certificate and the other documents to you. 1 year from now, I send a happy birthday message to you. Maybe you have forgotten. And who is this? It's Henry. I registered your business for you last year. Do you know what that means? Ha! You'll be like, wow, this man is caring. He's like the only one who remembered. If you have any business, you come back to me. Customer records, right? Retains patronage. You have a customer, the customer has children. You don't ask after the children. When you ask after the children, you are building a relationship that that person will be difficult not to honor. Ah, this man knows my daughter. This man knows my son. He even calls them by name. He even has a nickname for this one. But when you do that, you are retaining customership. You are retaining patronage. You need to also keep legal documents. Some of you who have businesses, some of you don't have all of your documents for the businesses in one place. They are scattered. If they ask you, come and bid for this job, bring your documents and let's see whether you even qualify, it becomes a problem. You start looking up and down. There's a woman I did registration for. She has called me, I think, for upwards of 3 times to send her certificate to her. Thank God is in this era of online registration. So all I need to do now is go back to my email and send it to her. That's all. But if it were when CAC was issuing out hard copy, we will have a problem because I don't have any other copy. And once you don't have the document, you want to go and retrieve, you pay CAC again and again. So I say, but this is your email. Why don't you go to the email? Don't you have access? You say, what? So I'll send again. So please have those documents that for your business. You need to even get a file. A simple, I think this is 20 naira or 15 naira to sell it. Get those documents and put there. I advise, scan those certificates, your documents, your legal documents for your businesses, scan them, go to your email, save them under draft. What that will do to you is anywhere you are in this part of the world, if you have internet and a computer, you will be able to access those certificates, those documents, download them and print. So you don't need to carry anything hard copy. Just put them there. You have access to your email. You know the password. So just go there, download, and so your lease agreements. Yes. No, there are very wonderful landlords sometimes. You say, okay, you are supposed to do this from this time to this time. This is the amount, and they are changing things. What will save you is the agreement you made at the time you're moving into the place. You've started and business is doing very well. The landlord is somehow jealous and he's want to increase the rent for a school that just started. Of course, people are coming. You say, well, God, this is what we agreed. Look at the document. But what if you don't have it? What would you say? Word of mouth will not help you. It's document signed that you present and everybody will see, yes, this is the case. You also have MOUs, memorandum of understanding, that you also need to protect, keep them. Your contracts, put them properly. So when you are looking for them, it should be easy. I usually have this issue with my wife. Once she comes back from work, the house keys, you just drop it on the dining table. Her debit card, drop it here. And I say, you are putting these things. When you start looking for them, you won't even know where to go to because you are not sure where you put them. I put my own key, my car key, house key, all of them on our fridge. That's where I put them. So once I'm done with this presentation, I drive back to the house, I go drop them there. If I want to pick them, I go to that same place. It becomes easy. But if I put them in various places and I need to quickly dash out, it becomes a problem. You start thinking, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think you should determine in your house, in your office, within one small cubicle, one small place where you keep some of those sensitive documents so that whenever you need them, they are handy and you can easily access them. Your licenses, you need to also keep them. In fact, it's a requirement of law for you to even display some of these licenses. If you have a license, if you are a healthcare provider, you need to display that government has given you approval. Or if you sell food, that your place has been approved by the people who check that, you display it. So all of these things are things your permits, all of them. Your bank statement, very key when it comes to preparing an account for yourself. And I hope you know that when you are applying for a loan, these are some of the things they will ask you for. If you don't have them handy, go and check anytime you are doing loan application. This thing I'm telling you are the things that will be required. Do you have this? Do you have this? I had it too. I don't know where it is. How can you register a business and you give the document to someone else? I think the right thing for you to do is to keep it yourself. Yes, even if your house is big, look for one place where you keep it yourself. Don't pass it on to somebody else to go and keep. If you need those documents and the documents are not there, you may lose an opportunity. So these documents will help you, like I said, when you need to file or apply for loans and all of that. They will need to know whether you have the capacity to repay the loan. And it's from here. You need to prepare an account. You won't just go and somebody will prepare an account that is big or based on wrong figures. It must be backed up by your bank statement. Of course, you can always generate that. I know you can always generate that at any time. There are apps now that from your app, you can just download the bank statement and do what you need to do. So that may not be really an issue now. So we move on to other things. So post-incorporation services. So here I'm concentrating on changes that could possibly happen to your business after the registration, right? For CAC, once a business is registered, whether you use it to do business or not, right? Whether you sell or not, whether after registration you took the certificate and you put it inside your handbag and lock the handbag inside a box, you never used it for 10 years, CAC does not care. You will pay them what they call annual returns. Annual returns is paid yearly. For a limited liability company, you have a grace period of 18 months after registration. But for business name, if you register a business name on the 31st of December this year, 2024, 31st December 2024, 1st January 2025, it is due for annual returns. It's only the year of registration that you don't pay annual returns for business name. And you have a window. The window is between 1st of January and 30th of June. That's the first 6 months. If you don't pay within that window, you are going to pay 5,000 naira penalty for coming. And how much is the annual returns for business? It's just 3,000 naira minus remitter charges. By the time you add remitter charges and other charges, it may come up to around 3,006 or so. But because you have not paid within the window, this is what will happen. You pay 5,000 naira plus other charges, and you can't do it yourself. You look for somebody like me, an accredited agent who has an accredited account or portal access to do it. And you are paying 3,000 plus, maybe 3,006 that you would have paid if you paid when you should pay. Then you are paying the penalty of 5,000 plus that has come on it. And you are now paying that man who is going to help you do the filing. So what am I saying? You are in business, not that you are out of business. Please save cost, pay your annual return as at when due. If you go to do filing, you are bidding for certain jobs or certain businesses, government businesses especially, they will ask for these things. Certified true copy. Certified true copy is where you've lost your documents. There are documents you've lost, your registration documents. If you go back to CAC, they will not give you that one you've lost because they've issued it. So what they will do is they will go to their records. They will make a photocopy, so to speak, when they were doing it physically, of that record they have, stamp it and say, this is a certified true copy, which will be honored anywhere. Then you pay for it and they will give it to you. So for some of you who are saying, I've lost my business document, so what am I going to do? Don't worry, just give me the name. Let's have the name. If you can remember the name, we can get those documents back. You will pay, of course. It's not free. Do you understand? Now there is upgrade of business name to a limited liability company. There is a requirement that for schools, once you are issuing a certificate, CAC is saying you can no longer be a business name. You must be a limited liability company. So, and I have done some of these upgrades. So it means you should move from business name. You should move, for example, from Intelligent Mind School, if that's the name of the business, the name of the school, Intelligent Mind School, to Intelligent Mind Schools Limited. You should upgrade to limited. So what's the first thing to do? You need to file all the annual returns that are falling due. In case you have not filed, then you apply for Registrar General's consent. After the consent is given, you now register it as a limited liability company. What will change is limited LTD or LIMITED will be added to the name. They will issue you a new certificate. The company now will now have directors as against proprietors. The company, of course, will have shares. and you start off, you can better approach lending institutions for loans. You can better approach them for loans because you are a limited liability company now, not a sole proprietorship. So it's doable. And for businesses that are required, like I said in my first session, there are certain businesses that cannot be limited liability company. They cannot. But for those that are required to be limited liability company, I advise you, even if it's 1 million shares, incorporate. It will help you in the long term because you can use a limited liability company to do so many things. So many things. So many. Business name is restricted. Everything you do in a business name, all of those things, they call them objects, they are listed on the certificate there. And how many lines can you have? Not more than 2 or, okay, say 3 or 3.5 lines. That's all. But for a limited liability company, you can have pages of what you want to do. You can go right deep down to the minutest part. And this is what I want to do. I want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. You state very many, even the things you don't have capacity to do now, you can put them there. In future, when you have monies to start doing them, you go ahead. For example, imagine you only sell building materials. You don't own plot of lands anywhere. You can say, okay, I want to develop plot of land. Do you know what that means? Not very long, but it's huge. When you develop plot of land, it means you want to build on plots of land and then either rent out, either sell. You can say in the next 20 years, when you have monies that you want to build an estate of 100 flats. That's huge money. But right now, you don't have the money. You put it there so that if you put it there, when the time comes, you just flow into it. But if you don't put it there and you want to do it, when you want to do it, you have to go and do what we call alteration of MEMAT, and you pay to do it. So what I tell the people I register for, I do businesses for, I tell them, solve the problem of tomorrow today. In fact, some of them don't know. I show them. And why I do that is because God willing, I'll build my own house. I don't want somebody to lie to me when 4 or 5 packets of tiles will cover a particular area. A person will say it's 16 tiles. So if you cheat others professional because you have professional knowledge of the thing and you hide it and cheat, it's waiting for you too. You can't run away from it. Sometimes it may wait for you and also wait for your children. So I tell them things they don't know. This business you have, we can use it to do even things you are not ready for now. Let's put them in. When you are ready, you just start off. As against narrowing everything so that tomorrow you come back to me and pay me another money. No. Am I losing business? No, I'm not. Whoever you do that for will remember you and will refer people to you. It's better. So there is addition and removal of objects, like I just explained. When it's a limited liability company, it is called alteration of MEMAT. MEMAT is Memorandum and Articles of Association. Your memorandum and articles of association are the things, represents all of those things, the body of things that the business is involved in. The people who are the shareholders in the company, how many shares they have, all of those things, their addresses, you find all of those things there. Now, in a business name, we call it addition of objects. You can also take out objects, right? You can be in a line of business and you say, no, I no longer want to do this and I don't want it to reflect on my business. So you go and take it out, right? Maybe you are into jewelry and you want to open your corporate account. You go to the bank and the bank is saying, go and get special control unit against money laundering certificate, which the EFCC gives. And you have tried and tried and tried to get it. You cannot get it. Well, some people will say, okay, it is jewelry that is causing the problem. I want to remove jewelry from the business. So you go and do removal of object, take out the jewelry from your business. The CSE will give you new certificate and new status report. You will pay, and then no bank will tell you, go and bring scum because it's no longer part of your business. So these are options. What I'm doing basically is giving you options how to that same business you think is not working. It will work if you knew what to do. There is addition / removal of partner and addition or removal of director. We have director for limited liability company and we have partner for business name. So now, at the time you registered your school, it was just you. You registered the school and you started. Now CAC is saying that before you can register this limited liability company, we need somebody who has Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria certificate. And unfortunately, you don't have it. So you can go and meet somebody, maybe a teacher, maybe your brother, maybe a friend. Come and partner with me. We will use a certificate to do the registration. So that's where that partner is coming in. If it is not a school, of course, a school has to be a limited liability company. But if it is what will require proficiency certificate and you don't have it, you bring that person in. But if it's a limited liability company, you do addition of director. The person comes in as a director and there are options. It's either you bring in new shares, right? And allot those shares to him, or you just bring the person in as a director, no shares. We can also have resignation of partner and resignation of director. Listen, please, carefully, what I want to explain. When you add a partner, right, that partner that you are adding must provide a consent that I have agreed to be added as a partner to the business. When you add a director, that director also must agree that through a resolution, you draft a resolution that is going to be added. Now, when you remove a director, you don't need for him to agree. And I'll explain why the CAC crafted this thing this way. Because two people can be in business. There are people you know. You grew up with them. They had very good characters, but after a while, they change their characters. They are no longer who they used to be. And unfortunately, you're already in business with these people. So what do? You can remove that person. It's different from resignation. If a person is resigning, the person must give consent that I, Godwin Henry, I hereby state that I'm resigning. So you attach that letter and send to the CAC. That is resignation. It's different from removal. You can remove a person. The same thing for partnership too. So a director can resign, a partner can resign. Then we have change of business address. A business address can change. I was in Kaduna up until 2018. I was transferred to Lagos in 2018, September 2018. So imagine I had a limited liability company which I incorporated in Kaduna, my own, right? An example. Now that I'm in Lagos, what am I supposed to do? Change the address, right? So that it will reflect where I am. So you can do all of that. You change the address and it will reflect. Then there is change of name of business. Change of name of business. You are changing the name of an existing business. This is a very technical process. It's as if you are registering a new business from the beginning. That's what you do basically. Because every document will have to be retrieved and they will give you a new document. Because on your MEMAT is the name of that old business. The new name will have to reflect there. On your status report is the name of that old business. The new name will have to reflect. On your certificate is the name of that business. The new name will have to reflect. After you've done all of these things, you now approach your banker. Look, my name has changed. Through a letter, on a letterhead, we are now this. Update my records. So that's how it is for change of name of business. There's retrieval of lost documents. If you have documents that you have lost, maybe due to fire or God forbid, an armed robber, someone came and stole, he was thinking it's bag of money, he didn't know it was bag of CAC certificate and ran away with them, you can retrieve, like I told you, some of these things. Yes, sometimes you'll be required to do affidavits to get them, right? To say, okay, sometimes you may require to bring a police report, affidavit, police report, what. All you need to do is, these are things we can help you, guide you, and we'll get them done. Then there is change of directors or proprietors details. What do I mean by that? Your email can change, your phone number can change, your residential address can change. So these are your personal details, different from your name. Now, when your email changes, you don't need to bring any document to back it up to CAC. When your phone number changes, the same way, even residential address, they won't ask you for NEPA bill or water rate. No, they won't do that. They are not a bank. Only a bank will ask for that. But when you are doing change of name of a director or of a proprietor, you know, the first stage in doing change of name is going to the court. to do an affidavit of change of name. That's the first stage. You say, I used to be this. I now wish to be known and addressed as this. After you have that affidavit printed out, you now go to a newspaper and publish that you've done change of name. Then when you've done that, you now use those two documents and apply to CAC Post Incorporation Portal. Of course, you need to use someone like me because you can't do it on your own. The portal is not open. You need to use someone who has an accreditation to now do it. They will do change of name of director or proprietor. And this is very, very common with women. Sometimes it's marriage. Yes, when a woman marries and the name of her husband is not the name of her dad, then it means there will be change of name. So you need to change it to reflect. So a number of things. Once you have all of these things, these are things you do. Today's session is a very brief session, very brief. So I meant it for that because I know people are ready for action. Let us start what you have promised us. So what is it about? Starting from today is 20th of November, there will be free professional services to women who are in business. If you want to register your business, CAC, that money that you would have paid to an accredited agent or to somebody and he will make profit, I'm saying you will not pay for the next 90 days up to 20th of February. So starting from today, immediately after this session is over, I expect those who want to just queue, write your name. Say number one, this is my name. Number two, so that's how I'm going to take them. We'll address whatever CAC issues you have. If you want to file annual returns, right, you are only going to pay CAC fees. So let me explain what I mean by that. Imagine that you have money and you have plot of land. You want to build a house. And I am a builder. I have a team. In my team, I have an architect. I have a quantity surveyor, everything. So what I'm saying I'm going to do for this CAC registration and everything is bring the material you have bought. Show me the land. I'll build a house for you free. I will not charge you. That is what I'm saying. You pay CAC what you're supposed to pay them, but you are not paying me for anything that I'm going to do. It's going to be free for the next 90 days. Whether you are doing removal of director, addition of shares, you are doing increase, whatever you want to do that I have ability to do, CAC-wise, for the next 90 days, you're not paying me for it. It's free of charge. And I just want to use this as a medium.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I just want to use this as a medium to support women. I remember very clearly what my mom passed through. I am a beneficiary of what I have benefited because of my mother. So I don't know how else to say thank you. The things I'm talking about now, I didn't learn in the school, like I said. Women taught me. Let me say that again, slowly. The CAC registration, you see, women, Hajjas taught me in Kaduna. And I earned monies from there. I remember when I was in Kaduna, I forget they pay salaries. I'm telling you the truth. Because by the time you do 1 or 2 registrations, you have money, you take care of needs. So whether salary is delayed or not, I don't care. Even up till now, I've done registrations for people outside the country. There was a guy I did for in Canada. I did 2 limited liability companies for him. I just registered a group of companies, having 4 companies under it. People I have never seen, I don't know. If you go to my WhatsApp page, my DP is not my picture. My DP is a graphic there. They have never seen me. They don't know me. When they engage me, are you Henry? Yes, I say yes. I want to do CAC, you want to do registration. I say, okay, it's all right. Send 1,000, send the name, let's do name search. Once we are done, okay, send the balance of whatever amount you've agreed. They send everything and nobody's asking, are you going to eat? Are you going to run away? That's what we do. It's about integrity. It's about going out there to add value in whatever way you can support. I believe that the good you do today is waiting for you tomorrow. And if you do the good well, it's not only waiting for you, it's also waiting for your children. Like I said that I benefited from what my mother did. My mother paid for her younger ones to go to the university. So when I lost my mother, I just finished 100 level, and she was the one in charge of schooling for me. So what happened? Someone else, my friend's mother took charge from my 200 level second semester up until when I finished. That is what will happen to other people and they will drop out. So what else? How else can I say thank you? I just want to support women. If you want me to do anything and I check the details, of course, this is what I do. I don't see any female presence there. You say you want to change this or you want to register a business name and the owner of the business is not a woman. If it's a partnership, there's no woman there, I won't answer you. There must be a female presence for me to answer you. I know a woman can partner with someone else to do business. I know that. I know also that a man can partner with women. I just want to see a female presence. Men, I don't have anything against them, but this package is for women. I think I'll take your questions now. If you have questions, please put them now before we open the, is it the schedule now? I'll call it. Just write your name, number one, put your name, number two, put your name, so that I want for there to be order. I don't want somebody who is coming later to be the person I'm attending to. So there should be a queue. We'll build a queue and I'll take it like that. Okay, this first five, what is your CHE related issue? Is it business name, annual returns, or is it this? Or do you want to do fresh registration? It doesn't have to be somebody who is here. If you know somebody, a lady who would love to do registration, but she's having challenges with paying all the fees, bring her on board. She only pays CAC dues. I will help her do it for free. I will guide, we'll do I have account, we'll do the registration for free and deliver certificate. You see all the testimonials here. So time for question, please. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hi.
My name is Gladys.
Your name is what?
Gladys.
Okay, please go ahead, Ladi.
I just want to ask, is it possible for me to reach out to you privately via WhatsApp, not the group?
It's possible.
Can I reach out?
Yes, it's possible. Let me answer. It's possible, but this is what I would prefer. Some of the things that you want to discuss with me privately, I think are issues that others may have. Now, if you reach out to me privately and I answer or address that issue, if others are here who have that same issue, they will have learned and not bring the same question again. So that's my thinking. But if you think it is sensitive, there is no problem, reach out to me because I don't know the nature of what you want to discuss. Certain things are sensitive. That's the truth. But if you think it's something general, let's discuss so that others will learn. Not that I want to expose your business, right? But like I said, if it is sensitive, reach out to me privately. I will answer you. I'm very active on WhatsApp. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hello? Did you hear me, Ladi? Hello, Ladi? Hello, Ladi? Maybe she got cut off.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, Bridget, go ahead.
My name is Peace, sir. I have a question, or should I say I have two questions. Can you hear me, sir?
Is it Bridget?
Peace. Peace is my
Okay,
name.
please go ahead.
Okay. The first question that I have here, sir, actually, I have registered my company name, a liability company,
Okay.
limited liability company. That was last year.
Yes.
The question I
Okay.
want to ask is this: are there implications? For instance, you did mention that we can list as many possible businesses that want to engage in, okay, during the registration. I'm asking because someone told me that, for instance, if you want to do real estate business, okay, if you want to go into that, you have to have a license for it, license of operation. So my
Yes.
question is, having listed those businesses that you want to venture into, won't there be licenses? Won't there require licenses of operation in the future? Like you have to get licenses for different areas of business that you listed in your registration, your CAC?
Okay, so that's a good question. One good thing with limited liability company is that requirement for you to have a license for this very part you're talking about, real estate, and I have incorporated it. It's not that I'm guessing, it's lifted. If you want to do business name, they will ask you to go and bring proficiency certificate. That's what they call it, proficiency certificate. But for a limited liability company, nobody's going to ask you. So I advise you, go ahead, put all the things. Of course, there are certain things you can't do with a 1 million limited liability company because of shareholding threshold, because it's required that you must hit certain shareholding amount for you to do certain things. Outside that, put everything. When you are able, you have the abilities. It may not be, it may be your children that want to do it. You don't have to go and do anything. That same old name, you just go ahead and just start your business.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then the second question, like during my own registration, I was the sole director. I was director, I was secretary, I made someone a secretary. So
Yes.
you mentioned having other shareholders in the company, like you list them in the MEMAT and all of that. But I don't have that. I want to find out if there are implications for not including that during registration, sir.
Okay, so you are the sole director. Are you also the sole shareholder?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so it's you know, CAC, they came up with the new KAMA, the KAMA 2020. KAMA 2004 would not have permitted that. KAMA 2004 says that for a limited liability company, you must have at least 2 directors. But KAMA 2020 said no, one person can incorporate a limited liability company where you are the only director and you are also the only shareholder. I have done them. And in fact, I advise some people to do it because by the time you tell me that you want to do a particular business, but you are not sure, bringing this person, my direct advice is there is an option. You can do everything and it's only you. In fact, there is one, I'm waiting for a certificate now. Somebody in Kaduna. He is the soldier. His wife is the secretary. Witness. That's only where I needed somebody else. We don't even, for a limited liability company, it's not compulsory to have a secretary. It's when you are doing a public limited liability company for PLC, that's when you are supposed to appoint a secretary. You can't avoid it. But for private limited liability company, you are not mandated to have it. So I skip it. I just skip it, and then by the time you start, you can appoint anybody to play that role. Yes, so it can be done. There is no implication.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think Bridget Bello
So can I
wanted
go
to ask a
ahead?
question. I saw her name. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
in fact, I really appreciate the way you appreciate women. And I've not seen a man. Okay, I think you are the second person that appreciates women the way you just did today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes. Straight to my question. My question is, as a business name that wants to change to limited liability company,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
in the agri sector, now I want to change to limited liability company, but at the same time I want to add exports to the name.
Yes.
Are there any implications?
There is no implication. In fact, this is what I advise you to do. Your business name was just 2 or 3 lines. That was what you were able to write on that certificate. Go and read your certificate. Check what you could do. It's there. They will write it after
Is
the name.
Denmark allowed?
Hello?
Yeah. So there is no
Do you
export
have it
in
with
it.
you? Do you have it with you
Yes.
now? Okay, please
Yes.
read it so that we'll demonstrate it. Read it to others to hear.
Okay. A minute.
Okay.
Let me get it out.
It's all right.
All right. So maybe while she's getting that, although I put my question on the chat, Elsie.
Okay.
What does it take 8 years after, as I mentioned yesterday, you keep your registration in the cooler. You not even open a, you said we need to do the annual returns.
Yes.
Now, I actually am a broadcaster though I retired from service, but I'm still attached to a media house. Now, after 8 years, what I want to go back to that name that I gave, Media Synergy Development Foundation. Was I wrong calling it a foundation? Now, because it was, my target was, to project health issues for the girl child, to assist the girl child. That was my main aim, health for the girl child.
Okay.
So, but I call it Media Synergy Development Foundation. Was the idea of foundation wrong?
No, the idea was not wrong.
Okay.
So the thing I have with that your name is this thing you say you want to do. From the name, I will not unless you explain, and you will labor to explain before I even understand that this is what you want to do. So your name should in a way sell what you want to do. Do you understand?
Okay.
If you had added, I don't know from the top of my head, for women or for the girl child at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it will narrow it, and people, when somebody is doing research, like Dr. Chase Romosele, were you in the session yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, like he was saying, by the time you enter some keywords, there is no way girl child will pick what you just said.
Okay. All
There's
right.
no way. Okay, so that's not our issue. You were not wrong in incorporating a foundation. That was the right thing for you to do. It's just the couching of the name.
Okay.
Yes. So, yes, I think you are talking about the annual returns.
So
Yes,
that name I can work towards doing paying the annual returns and maybe changing the name.
Yes, it can be done. It can be done. But know that changing the name, like I said, I mentioned
there are certain things I need, all the documents.
All the document is like doing a new registration. So yes, the money you are going to pay, you say, what is this? That certificate you have, they will withdraw it because they need to place the new name on the new certificate and all the other documents you have. And also, you now go to the bank, like I said lastly, to tell them this name is now this and this is a certificate for them to update your records.
I did not open an account. I did not.
So you have not. Okay, so that's better. That's better. Okay, Bridget, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry, someone else asked a question. I think it's
no problem. No problem.
So just read the things you do.
Okay. The general nature of the business is we are into production, processing of organic farm products, and training of individuals and corporate organizations.
Is that all?
That's what is written there.
Fine.
Yes.
How many lines?
Just 2 lines.
So let me tell you now. If you do a limited liability company, you can have a whole book as what you do. A whole book. It's up to you. It's up to you. Do you understand? So you can see that business name has restricted you. In fact, you can't go beyond certain point. They count the number of words and letters that you can, because everything must appear on the face of the certificate. If you are doing a limited liability company, your objects do not appear on the face of the certificate. There's what you call memat. That's where you find all of that. And like I said, it can be a whole book with a number of pages. So is it not better that you do it? You think far into the future. Those things you know you are likely to do, even the ones you don't have financial capacity for now. You are currently, for example, your son is currently in 100 level medicine. You say, in 7 years' time, my son will have graduated and he's going to become a consultant. So let's set up, we are going to have enough hospital in my business today. You don't wait. Because if you wait, this is what will happen. You look for somebody like me and pay. And like I said, why don't you solve tomorrow's problem today if you can? With the same amount. Of course, not every accredited agent or professional will like this thing I'm telling you. Like I said, I'm not doing it because of them. It is the truth. I also want somebody to tell me the truth when it's my time, when I need help. So you can do it, put all of those things together. Then it's just like you have a plot of land and you're trying to raise a very mighty structure for your family. But at this moment, what you have money for is to build the BQ, what they call the BQ. Why don't you go and build that and leave this other one? Stay there. When other monies come, you begin to raise that while you're here. That's the point I'm making. And I think it makes sense too.
Wow.
You save funds. Yes, they hide these things. I'm telling you, they hide it because the idea is if you put everything, that person may not come back. You have solved all the person's problems. But if I solve all of your problems and you find someone else who has problem, will you not refer that person to me? So it's a defeatist thinking. That's the thinking that is keeping them, not me. People who call me for businesses, call me for registration. I do registration for people. They have paid me, I made profit, and they are praying for me. Do you know what that means? They are happy, praying for me. Because there's somebody, before I even did registration for him, he gave me gift in Kaduna. Do you know what he said? He said I told him the truth. Before we even agreed how much, he gave me gifts. I said, wow, this is cool. Any more questions?
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
I really learned something new. So, and
Yeah.
I'll put it to work. So we'll reach out. I'll reach out. Thank
It's
you so
all right.
much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like you said before. So one person can be a director for now.
Yes, and one person can be can own all the shares. A single director, a single shareholder. That's where you are now. That's what was done for you.
Okay, and it will not be limited by the number of shares.
Okay, so if you are the only director there, the only shareholder, it means all the shares are yours. That is what it means. So you can even add another director tomorrow. You can add another director and there are options. Add another director, do increase of shares. That increase of shares, share it. Right now, you own the 1,000,000 shares, right? You can do another increase of 1,000,000 shares so that the company is now a 2,000,000 shares company. You give 500,000 shares to yourself and give 500,000 shares to the new person. You can bring in a director and give him no share. He's just a director without shares. You are also a director, but you own all the shares. So there are different permutations. You can have somebody who is a shareholder, not a director. Do you understand? So these are different permutations that you can play with. If I go to buy shares in any company now quoted on the stock exchange, I'm not a director, I'm a shareholder, right? That's why I am. Yeah, so these are permutations. So depending on the setting, you say, okay, this is what we can do. For now, maybe you have children who are all minors. They are under 18. They cannot be directors, but they can be shareholders. You can give them shares. When they attain the age of majority, they are over 18, you can then make them directors. So all of these things are there for us to work with so that you properly position your business and you move on.
Okay, thank you so much. So,
You're welcome.
in the long run, I am going to go for 1,000,000 shares for my company and turn it to limited liability company. And guess what? I'm owing you. Hey, it is well with me. So for somebody who registered, yes, who registered in 2018.
18. So you registered business name in 2018. Okay, you registered the business name, right? Hello?
Yes, and has not filed anything.
Okay, let's count.
Business
you
name.
Pay 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. You are paying for 6 years. And for those 6 years,
wow,
you are paying nothing less than plus remitter charges. Let's just say approximately 9,000 naira every year. 9 by 6 is 54,000 naira. If you wait until January next year, it won't be
plus
9,000.
another one.
It will be 3,000 plus. Okay, it will be like 3,005 because from January 1st to 30th of June, what you have is the normal 3,000. It's after it succeeds, goes beyond 30th June that you now pay 5,000 penalty. And that's 54,000 because it's me doing it for you for free. If it is not me, I'm not charging you for my services. You may pay. It may get up to 100. I don't know. Depending on the person.
True.
So that's what I'm bringing to the table. For those who are not yet here,
thank you so much.
Tell them. Thank you. Is there a question, Gladys? Hello, is there a question from Gladys?
Yes, I want to ask a question.
Okay, I think there is background noise from your area.
Oh, okay. I'm part of them, so people are gisting in my background. Maybe I'll just drop some chat.
Okay, can the rest of you mute, please? No, please ask so that okay.
I think it's from my end.
Yes, that's what I just got confirmation from our technical team that it's from your end. Can you hear me, Gladys? Hello, Gladys.
Yes, I can hear you. Is it better now?
Yes, better. I think you left that noisy background. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. I have 3 lines of businesses in mind that are not related, but I've started one. I hope to grow the other ones gradually.
Okay.
One is in academics. The other one is more like a consultancy for small businesses. And the last one is the area of affiliate marketing.
Okay.
So now my idea is, can I register it as one company, even though their line of business are different?
Good question.
I've started the one in the area of academics already. That's the one I plan to do a business name registration for.
Don't do business name, do limited liability company. You will spend more money. If you do business name now, in fact, they won't even register
other
it
businesses to it later.
So let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. You can't register a school now under business name.
Okay.
Once it's a school where you issue certificate, you can't do it under business name. It must be a limited liability company. Now, even if it were possible, if you register business name now and you want to move to a limited liability company, you are just spending money that you should have used to get at a goal and avoid the cost of doing business name. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
So this is my advice. You are going to do 2 businesses. Register the school as a school. And then what we'll do is we'll add all other things that agrees with the school. You can do educational consultancy. You can do placement. You can do what some people do, looking for admission for some people in the UK or the US. Even if you are not doing it now, put it there. When you grow to that point or you have a partnership, you just go into it. Do everything related to education, sales of consumables. Who says you cannot produce markers? Who says you cannot produce whiteboard? All of these things are consumable related to schools, right? Put all of them. Who says you cannot go into a business where you have a number of tailors who sew school uniforms and you even produce the fabric or you sell? So these are things you put there. That's why I'm saying you will increase it so that you are into, in fact, if, for example, you win the contract and all you do is you supply fabric for all of the south of Nigeria, all the schools there, you won't even have the time to run your school. That's the truth. That's a bigger business for you. So what I say is all those things that are related to school.
Okay, so that can come under it too.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Sir.
Then
okay.
Your affiliate marketing and what's the name? What's the other line you said? I forgot it.
Consultancy for small business.
All can be in one, and even far more.
Okay.
The 2 can be in one. So what we'll do now is to couch a name that will cover those 2 areas and even other areas. And that's one thing for me is the gifting ability to couch a name that will resonate, that will work, that will cover what you want to do. And that's one thing I have with me. So.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Well understood, sir. That's when I'll chat you up privately because there are other things I want to ask you.
It's not a problem.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Who else has a question?
Hello, sir.
Okay. Who are we speaking with now?
Good afternoon. It's Maria James Ademo.
Okay, Maria James Ademo. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. And please, sir, you said something about changing of address.
Yes.
You didn't tell us how much it's going to cost, or is still free too?
It's not free. What is free is what would have come to me. What CAC is going to charge you, they will still charge. But I'm saying what the person will do it for you. And I gave an example that you have a plot of land and you have bought all the materials for building, right? But you don't know how
Yes,
to
sir.
build. You have an architect friend and who is also a builder, or a builder who is also an architect. And the person is saying, give me the material, give me the water, I will build the house for you for free. You will not pay me. That is what I'm doing. So it's good I explain all of these things so that somebody doesn't misunderstand that I said I'm doing CAC free registration. I'm not. I'm a government worker. Please.
So
So
I have another question, sir. Please, how much for the change of address, and then how much is for the change of name, and then how much for the tax clearance?
okay. Tax clearance will have to do with whether it's a business name or limited liability company. Now,
For a
if it's
business name, sir.
for a business name, it's personal income tax you file. I never mentioned tax clearance to you, so I think maybe there's something else you are thinking. I never mentioned personal income tax or tax clearance. Tax clearance certificate is for a limited liability company, right?
Okay.
It is tied to you need to produce your audited account. Like I said on Monday, tax is a charge on profit. If we don't know what your profit is, how can we say this is what you should pay? So they need to produce audited account for us to now know, okay, this is it. So what was your other question? I digressed. Your other question, you asked a question before. Okay, how
Yes,
much will
for
it
the
take for you to do change of business address?
yes, sir, and
Hello?
business name. How much for the business name and business address?
Okay, let me answer business address because business address is post incorporation. Business address should not go beyond 11,000 plus remitter charges because you are doing two filings. You are filing for change of address and you are also filing. You are paying CAC that I am changing this address. Then you are also paying them to give you the documents that they have changed. That is, so you are paying for filing of change of address, one, and then you're also paying for CTC, which is certified true copy of that new address, that document. So the certificate, oh, business name, thank God I remembered now. That certificate you have will be withdrawn because your address appears on the certificate. It will be withdrawn, a new certificate will be given to you. For that certificate to be withdrawn is around 5,500 plus remitter charges. CAC collects 5,000, then the others are, then your other form, which is form 2, used to be called form 2, is now your status report. That status report will also be withdrawn. Can you see it now? When that is withdrawn, you also pay for it and then the application. So in all, it's 11,000, like I said, it's going to be around 16, around 15,500 or 11 and 16,000, between 15,500 and 16,000. 15,500, 11, 16,000. That's what you're going to pay to do all of these that I mentioned.
Okay. One more last question, sir, please.
Okay.
Can you use after relocating from a state to another state, can you still use your USC and CAC certificate?
You can still use it. You can
Okay,
still
thank
use
you
it,
very
but
much,
of
sir.
course, okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, I know. Go ahead, sir. I just want to appreciate you for the response.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so you can still use it, but the thing is, when you come to pay tax, you know you are in a new place now, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, where your tax will be going to is not where you are. It should be going to that former place. Your residence for business name is what matters when you are paying personal income tax. Your personal income tax is tied to your residence. I work for the federal government. My head office is here in Lagos. When I was in Kaduna, my personal income tax was given to Kaduna state government because I was staying in Kaduna, working for federal government. Now I'm in Lagos. It has moved back to Lagos. So you have left a particular location, you move to another place, and you are benefiting some social amenities from that state, but you are not paying the tax you should pay to them. You can see now that it's not fair to them. Do you understand? So you
Yes,
need
sir.
to change it so that because they will go to your address there. That's where this thing will go to.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Okay.
Sir, you made mention that it's limited liability company that pays tax.
Yes. Now listen.
Then
so that
business name don't pay tax.
Let's not mix it up. Business name and the
That's
owner
what
of the business. A business name and the owner of the business are the same. Let me say that again. A business name and the owner of the business are the same. On Monday, I said something that if you collect a loan using your business name, if the unthinkable happens, unfortunately, you are not able to pay back the loan. The people who gave you the loan can come to your house and take your pot of soup. They can take your shoes. They can take your wedding gown, which you kept, in order for them to get their monies back. But for a limited liability company, so for business name, you pay what is called personal income tax, which I'm also paying as a government worker, because the business and the person are the same. But for a limited liability company, you pay company. Do you understand? Because that one is a company. That's where you get tax clearance from. You pay taxes two ways, right? But if your business name has not done business, how can you pay tax? Like you registered, you put the thing in your bag for 5 years, you've not done anything. Nobody can say you should come and pay tax. But you must pay annual returns, which is different from tax. Annual returns is for CAC. Tax is for the State Internal Revenue Service for business name. If it's a limited liability company, it goes to the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Is it clear now?
Okay, hello? It's clear. But now, are you with me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Now that I do business, right? I already have an account with the business name.
Yes.
So how do I file my return, my taxes? Because I've not been paying taxes. But at the same time, I think there's this clause on companies that if it's not up to 25 million naira, you will not pay tax.
Yes.
How do I go about that?
25 million turnover. It's not just agri. What's your turnover? Do you have up to 20 million?
No.
Okay, so don't bother.
As of this year,
this is my general advice. My general advice for business team, don't bother with tax, just pay CAC. My general advice. Hold on to it. Don't bother with tax, just pay CAC charges. Do you understand?
Okay. Thank you so much. Because there was a training we attended one time. They were like, we should go and file our taxes as a business name.
I know. Don't bother with it. Like I said, it's a general advice. There are certain business names that if you see what they do, you'll be scared. I'm telling you the truth. If you see, because it's a business name, but the monies they have. So for you, generally, there is a cap of 25 million. I know most of the businesses we have around in Nigeria, business names, they're not in that region. Some are just in thousands, some under 5 million, 10 million. So don't bother you. Once you go and they see you, they will be disturbing you. Do you understand?
Okay. Thank you so much for the enlightenment.
You're welcome.
So I only have annual returns to sort out.
Annual returns. Sort that out. You'll be fine. Very fine.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Please go ahead. Is it Promise?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Promise.
Sir, please, I want to ask how much will it cost for a new business name registration?
Okay. Your new business name registration. You know, there are two things involved. We need to do name search first. Right? Name search. Hello,
Sorry,
can you
sir.
hear me? Go ahead.
Yeah, there was a training I attended, so they taught us a few things on this CAC registration. So I followed the guideline. I was able to reserve a name, but I couldn't
go ahead. Okay. Since you have already reserved the name, from my head, 10,005 will do it.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said? When did you do the reservation? When did you do it?
It has exceeded the
60 days. Okay, you can do another, you can do it again. But this is what I advise. To make it easy for me, I work full time for the government, 8 to 4, right? I'm married, I have children, I have a wife, of course, since I'm married. Make it easy for me. If you have your individual account, it's going to be hard for me. I want to use my account to do the registration and release certificates or documents to you. It's a lot easier. That way, I will not be bothered with password, username. This one didn't go, this one did. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. To make it easy, my password and my username, they are in my head. I'll just go in there, log in, and I can easily check what the thing is. As against checking, you can imagine now that I'm working with 10 or 20 different people at the same time. For me to see what the status is for anyone, I'll enter 20 different usernames and 20 different passwords.
Yes.
Like I said, I work full time. But if it is my account I'm using, I'll only enter one and see all of them at the same time and just know the status. It reduces work for me. Do you understand? So whenever you are ready, within the next 90 days, from today up to 20th of February, I'm available to help you incorporate.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We have just 4 minutes and we should be closing the session. And then, like I said, a queue. If you are interested or you have something you want to do on your CAC certificate, whatever, just put 1, you put your name. So we'll take it in that order. And like I said, for those you know who are not part of this WhatsApp group that may want to register or might want to do something to their business, you can still bring them on. Those women, not men, bring them on and they are still part of the, I don't want to say bonanza, it's not bonanza, they're still part of the free service. So for 90 days, I'll be available to guide you, to support you, to provide free services. We have 3 minutes before we end the session.
Sorry, so the list is going to be on the WhatsApp group?
Yes. So this is it. Let me explain. It will not be fair just because somebody has my number, is able to reach me behind the scene. I'm attending to the person, and those who have indicated interest here first, I'm not attending to them. So what I want to do is let us create order. If you want something done on your CAC, you want to register or whatever, just put number 1, you put your name. The second person will queue. So what I'll do there, when I go there, I'll pick in that order and say, okay, number 1, let me say is Maria James Ademu. Maria James Ademu, what are your issues? We deal with the issues and then we'll move to number 2. Do you understand? That's why I think will help us so that we don't create chaos where some people feel you are favoring these people or you know these people or you want to know. So if we do that, we know that we are following a queue. Whoever comes and say, please, there is a queue, just go and queue up. It will get to you. Once you are in the queue, even if the 90 days exceeds, I will still attend to you.
Wow. Thank you so much. God bless you bountifully.
Amen.
Good day, sir.
Good day, Hajara.
I think I missed almost the whole session today. My battery
sorry.
went off. I did not join in early.
Sorry.
When I wanted to join in, I discovered that my battery was off.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Well done, sir. We are very grateful.
You're welcome.
My question is, the first day you talk about upgrading of business name.
Yes.
Yes, and I think you did promise that you are going to help me out. I know you are.
No problem.
So maybe
the promise is still there.
Yes,
it's not just only used to everybody who is here and to others that will join later.
I thought that many people have the same issues like me.
Yes.
So today's session, I'm going to watch the YouTube version. If I have question, I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to send it maybe
to the WhatsApp. You can put the questions on the WhatsApp group and we'll still attend to them. So what you do is just go and queue. Once you queue, from today, once I leave, maybe in 2 or 3 hours time, I'll start attending to those issues.
Okay, sir. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I pray for our mommy soul to rest in perfect peace. You are doing it because of her. You've seen how women have been struggling to survive, how to help out in the house. And for you taking this decision, God is going to bless you more.
Amen.
And sure of his mercy on you, sir.
Amen. Amen. I'm grateful.
You.
You're welcome.
That man.
Thank you. Okay, I know that there may still be some questions. People who want to ask questions. Some are not able to join. Please go to the WhatsApp group. Hello?
Can I please ask a question?
Who wants to?
I want to ask a question, please.
Please go ahead.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
So this is my first time joining, so I apologize if I'm asking something redundant.
It's not a problem. Go ahead.
I want to find out if so I have a registered business name. First of all, I had a corporate account in what's it called? Limited liability.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any idea about taxes and all that. So I had already messed that up. So and CAC, I didn't know about CAC returns too. So I think I lost the name. So so I now registered it. So the business name is about 2 years now.
Okay.
Done any tax returns or anything. So I want to find out if it's to have that rectified. I didn't do any tax returns. I did not do, I thought it was with him. I didn't have a comprehensive information.
Knowledge. Yeah.
Actually. So I was actually thinking of registering a different one. And I've been in business for a bit, for a while, but I wanted to know if that name can actually, and I've done a lot with the name. That's the issue. Website with the name. I have done a lot. There's a bit of an identity. In a hard time, they will not give me that name again. So I don't know if I can rectify that.
Don't be too sure. Don't be too sure. Don't be too sure. It's possible.
No, not the limited liability. Not the limited liability name. The business name that is just 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
and I've not done any returns with it.
Yes, you can still file. In fact, 2 years ago should be 2022, right? Is that correct? Or is it 2021? You did the registration.
Yeah. Yes. No, I think it's 2022. I have to confirm, but I think it's 2022.
Okay, so you are going to pay for 2023, last year. Then next year, of course, you pay for this year, right? But all of these things are things that once we enter, we see it's automatic. It's not what I can take. Okay, let's favor this. No, no. It's there. The way they've done it now is you can file these things electronically. Before, to file annual returns, what you pass through in the CAC office, they'll tell you regular signature. You have not done this. You keep going and coming. Now, all you need to do, nobody's asking you for signature. Just go and pay the amount and go. That's all. You go to the bank, they will give you bank draft. You raise, it was a long process. So yes, you can still do it. And I advise you to. So like I said, to be fair to everybody, if you are interested, you want to do it, just queue, and I'll take these issues as they come so that we are fair to everybody. That's a level playing field. It doesn't appear as if I'm attending to some others that I know outside this platform. And so just queue and I'll take it from there. Okay, what are your issues? Send me your name, the name of the business. We'll check. I know I have an account, so I can check and see what the thing is. Once I check, I'll tell you, okay, this is what we need to do, and this is what it's going to cost you. If you need to put funds together, you put funds together. But whatever you are going to spend, nothing is coming to me. Plus my data, I'm going to buy my data myself to do all of this for the next 90 days. After 90 days, if you meet me and you are not on queue here, prepare your bags of money to pay. So.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I like that statement.
Yes, so because it cannot continue forever.
Yes.
Yes. It's all right. I
Good
truly
evening,
enjoyed.
sir.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, this is Blessing speaking.
Okay, Blessing, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much for the class. It has been really enlightening. Like for me, I did a CAC seminar. Actually, I call it a seminar or a 2-day training like that. Though I was not really that much interested, but lately when they were doing this POS, must register, whatever. So I just had to just dive into the registration a little, a kind of. But the way you are expounding it, it's making me get more interest in the business, like doing the CAC registration and the rest. So I don't know if you'll be available for mentorship or something. So I just said, let me ask.
It's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Put your questions and let me know where I can come in. My name once more is Godwin Henry. You will see it if you scroll. I'm one of the admins, so check. You see one that carries Godwin. You want to send, if what you are sharing is sensitive, because I don't know, you can private chat me. Like I said, I want to offer free professional services for the next 90 days. Yes.
Please, we need your number. We need your contact.
Okay, so let me read it out. But it's there. Are you on the WhatsApp?
Yes.
Okay, if you're on the WhatsApp, I'm one of the
only
admins.
thing I see is G Henry's phone.
No,
so,
hello. Sorry to cut in. We're going to drop the WhatsApp link here now so that you can just join the WhatsApp group. It's better.
No, I'm on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, for some of us that are not there.
How to talk with him later within these 90 days that he has talked about. That's all.
It's not a problem. You can use
to him now. That's what it means.
Okay, I use the WhatsApp.
Yes, you can use it. You can use it.
No
it's not a problem.
No problem.
It's not
Thank you.
a problem. You're welcome. Thank you so very much. I would like members of this great and wonderful team to just say a word before we round off. I'd like to call on ladies first. This show is for ladies. So I would like to call on Mrs. Vivian Uzo to please say a few words before I call on Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Henry. Thank you. We honestly appreciate you for this. You permit me to say you are the he for she in this era that I mean one of those that looks out for the women's success in business. We appreciate. Thank you so much, and I pray that the sacrifices that you and Doctor have put in here will get its due rewards by God's grace. All right. Thank you so much again, and I appreciate everyone that have. Yeah, thank you for being there. I'm sure you have learned. I pray it helps you, scale up in your business. I'm one of those that believe the space, the market or the business space is not just for the men. The women should come out and do what they can do. I mean, part of the world, be part of the market. Take your space, and then see how we bring about the change that we desire. So God bless you, Mr. Henry. God bless you.
Thank
I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'd like to invite Dr. Charles Iromoseli. Please, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. Really appreciate the amazing, life-changing section that we've had for this past 3 days. I think it was in 2021, the NBS, or let me say for those that may not know, that the National Bureau of Statistics actually said, or actually quoted, that women in business account for just 32.9% in terms of business ownership. And what we're trying to do, I believe the first time we talked about this, one of the things that actually made quite a whole lot of sense to me is that it's not about whether it's a man's business or a woman's business. It's about a family system. And then we've discovered over time, a lot of women understand business economics and a whole lot of things. Some men just get some of this funding and the rest. Before you know, they are buying a new car or they are investing in something. So it's just beautiful to be able to have this opportunity, to educate, a woman and to change the narrative. So what I want to encourage you to do, the links are still on YouTube. We're still going to see if we can also share the Zoom links. You want to go back and learn, everything where you've mixed. And what this is going to be also is going to be a full business advisory system. So wherever you have a challenge, please don't hesitate to ask questions. People that ask questions never miss road. Let me use that word. So please, you want to do that, go back to the sections, go learn. And after your business is registered, what next? So we are going to be working out several things to see how we can send several business advisory things, if grants, angel investors, different things. I'm much more concerned about how you can actually attract customers, or what we refer to as customer attraction, management, retention, and all that. So God help us. It's time has already been well spent. I just want to appreciate everyone that made time to be here. You are really, really the star of this particular event. We had over, I think by registration from the WhatsApp and the forms field, I should say we had almost over 200, but we're just having just this number. We're really excited. So good luck, and I just pray that God bless you and increase you on every side. Thank you, Mr. Henry.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chasi Romoseli, and thank you once again, Mrs. Vivian Uzo. And thank you, great, wonderful audience. I truly appreciate that you have come. I have never felt for once that the number I'm seeing here is the number that I'm speaking to, because I know that there are people you also know, and you are going to pass the message. Like I said, you find people who want to do registration, or you talk to somebody, come, there is this thing and you're not going to spend money. Bring them on board. They are still going to benefit. The person must be a woman, or there must be a partnership with a woman. I just want to do it. Like I told you, women taught me these things that I'm doing. I was taught by Hajias in Kaduna, women. So what is it? It's yours already. So it should come back to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. We are grateful.
Okay. You're
Thank
welcome. Okay. It's all right. So all other conversations will be now on the WhatsApp. So
Yes.
let's take it up and bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night rest. Bye.
Thank you.
You are great. Then you put it down here. From here it gets to like here.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry, I will put.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir.